Are your everyday cooking habits secretly damaging your prostate? Most people don't realize that what you do in the kitchen could silently fuel prostate swelling, hormonal imbalances, and even increase your risk of prostate cancer. From overheating oils to overcooking meat and using the wrong spices, simple choices can have serious consequences. If you're constantly struggling with frequent urination, nighttime trips to the bathroom, or pelvic discomfort, your diet might be the hidden trigger. In this video, you'll discover the most common cooking mistakes that millions make every day, without even knowing how harmful they are to prostate health. Stay with us to uncover the silent saboteurs hiding in your frying pan and learn how to turn your meals into powerful tools for healing and protection. First, we have burning spices. Many people love the strong, smoky flavor that burning spices add to their meals. However, the intense heat and combustion process involved in burning these spices may create harmful compounds that are not only bad for overall health, but can also negatively impact prostate health. When spices like chili, black pepper, or mustard seeds are heated until they burn, they produce acrid smoke and carcinogenic substances that can inflame the body over time. This inflammation can affect organs such as the prostate, which is particularly sensitive to oxidative and inflammatory damage. Burning spices release acrylamide and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PROs, which are toxic chemicals formed during high-temperature cooking. These compounds are known for their cancer-causing potential and can accumulate in the body with repeated exposure. For men, this is especially concerning because POs have been linked to hormone disruption and increased risk of prostate enlargement. When the prostate is exposed to these toxins, its cells may become irritated, triggering an inflammatory response that contributes to swelling and discomfort. Spices in their raw or lightly cooked form often have anti-inflammatory benefits, but burning them flips their health properties in the opposite direction. Once charred, they lose their natural oils and phytonutrients and instead act as irritants. When consumed frequently, these altered compounds may stimulate chronic inflammation in the gut, which can spread systemically and contribute to prostate inflammation. This kind of silent inflammation is a key factor in many degenerative conditions, including benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Another problem with burning spices is that they can irritate the urinary tract. Spicy food is already known to worsen urinary symptoms in men with an enlarged prostate. But when those spices are burned, they become even more aggressive on the digestive system, which can lead to acid reflux, bloating, and increased pressure on the bladder. All of these effects can worsen lower urinary tract symptoms such as frequent urination, urgency, and nocturia, common complaints among men dealing with prostate issues. The compounds released during spice burning can also cause an imbalance in gut bacteria. A healthy gut microbiome plays a crucial role in regulating inflammation and hormone levels, both of which are directly linked to prostate health. Consuming heavily burned spices may disrupt this balance, encouraging the growth of harmful bacteria and weakening the gut barrier. This condition, known as leaky gut, allows inflammatory toxins to enter the bloodstream, further straining the immune system and contributing to prostate swelling. Frequent consumption of burning spices may also elevate cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone. Stress and high cortisol have been shown to reduce testosterone production and increase estrogen-like compounds in the body, both of which are unfavorable for prostate health. This hormonal imbalance can fuel the progression of an already enlarged prostate and even increase the risk of developing prostate cancer over time. In some men, burned spices can trigger allergic reactions or sensitivities that lead to histamine overload. Elevated histamine can cause blood vessels to dilate and tissues to swell, including those in the prostate. This adds another layer of inflammation and discomfort. Men experiencing prostate issues may not immediately connect their symptoms to the way their food is cooked, but over time, these irritants add up and make healing much more difficult. Oxidative stress is another major consequence of eating burned spices. The charred particles contain free radicals that damage cellular DNA and tissues, including those in the prostate. When this damage accumulates, It can alter normal cell function and promote abnormal growth patterns in the prostate gland. Over time, this increases the risk of developing prostate diseases, including cancerous changes. Next, we have charred foods. Charred foods may look appetizing and taste smoky, but they carry hidden dangers that can severely harm your prostate and overall health. When foods like meat or vegetables are cooked at high temperatures until blackened, they form harmful compounds such as heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These chemicals are formed when muscle meats are cooked over open flames or hot surfaces and are known for their cancer-causing potential. Regular exposure to these substances can trigger inflammation and cellular damage in the body, which directly affects prostate function. The prostate gland is particularly vulnerable to toxins that increase oxidative stress. Charred foods contain free radicals that attack healthy cells, damaging their DNA and weakening their ability to function properly. Over time, this can lead to prostate enlargement and even raise the risk of prostate cancer. Oxidative damage also disrupts the natural hormonal environment, interfering with testosterone balance, an essential hormone that regulates prostate health. When you eat charred foods frequently, your body may also experience chronic inflammation. Inflammation is one of the silent drivers behind many prostate problems, including benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. The compounds found in charred foods aggravate internal tissues, including those in the lower urinary tract. This results in symptoms like frequent urination, weak urine flow, and nighttime urination, all of which worsen as inflammation spreads and tissue swelling increases. Charred meats in particular are rich in advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which form during high heat cooking. AGEs have been shown to promote inflammation and oxidative stress throughout the body. They also impair blood vessel function, reducing circulation to vital organs like the prostate. Poor blood flow can hinder nutrient delivery and waste removal, making it harder for the prostate to stay healthy and function properly. Another concerning effect of charred foods is their impact on hormone metabolism. The toxins produced during charring can interfere with the liver's ability to properly detoxify excess hormones, leading to an imbalance in estrogen and testosterone levels. This hormonal disruption has been linked to prostate enlargement and increased risk of prostate tumors. A poorly functioning liver also means more toxins stay in circulation, increasing the burden on your prostate. The gut microbiome also suffers when charred foods become a regular part of the diet. These foods can disturb the delicate balance of beneficial bacteria, leading to gut inflammation and leaky gut syndrome. Harmful substances from the gut then leak into the bloodstream, setting off widespread inflammation that can reach the prostate. A disrupted gut-prostate connection is a growing concern among health professionals as more men suffer from unexplained prostate symptoms. Many people also add sauces or marinades to charred foods, but these often contain preservatives, sugar, and artificial ingredients that add to the toxic load. Combined with the charred surface, these additives create a perfect storm for internal inflammation and hormonal stress. When consumed regularly, they force the immune system into constant alert mode, which slowly wears down the body's ability to repair itself, including prostate tissue. Charred plant-based foods aren't safe either. Though vegetables are generally healthy, burning them removes valuable nutrients like antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals. Instead, they become a source of carbonized compounds that irritate the digestive system. A weakened digestive tract often leads to poor nutrient absorption, which deprives the prostate of essential elements like zinc and selenium, both of which are crucial for prostate maintenance and healing. There's also evidence that frequent consumption of charred foods contributes to systemic insulin resistance. Insulin resistance not only increases the risk of diabetes and obesity, but also promotes chronic inflammation, which makes the prostate more likely to swell. Abdominal fat, which is tied to poor insulin sensitivity, also exerts hormonal effects that lead to elevated estrogen levels, a hormonal state that fuels prostate growth and dysfunction. Next, we have overcooking meat. Overcooking meat may seem harmless, but it can quietly damage your prostate and overall health. When meat is cooked at high temperatures for extended periods, whether grilled, fried, or broiled, it undergoes chemical changes that form harmful substances like heterocyclic amines, HCAs, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAHs. These compounds are byproducts of overcooking and are linked to various types of cancer, including prostate cancer. They damage DNA, promote inflammation, and place heavy stress on the body's detox systems. HCAs and PAHs don't just disappear after cooking. They remain on the meat and enter the body when consumed. Over time, they accumulate and trigger oxidative stress, which damages cells and tissues, including those in the prostate gland. The prostate is particularly sensitive to oxidative stress, which disrupts its normal function, leads to tissue enlargement, and increases vulnerability to abnormal cell growth. Oxidative stress also weakens the immune system, reducing the body's ability to fight off developing tumors. Overcooked meat loses most of its natural moisture and nutrients, which are essential for maintaining prostate health. Important amino acids, healthy fats, and vitamins like B12, zinc, and selenium are either destroyed or severely reduced in overcooked meat. These nutrients play a crucial role in keeping the prostate functioning normally. Without them, the body struggles to repair damaged cells, manage hormones, and fight inflammation effectively. Chronic inflammation is a hidden consequence of regularly eating overcooked meat. The toxic byproducts created during overcooking act as irritants to the gut lining and immune system, causing low-grade inflammation throughout the body. This systemic inflammation doesn't just stay in the gut, it reaches the prostate and other organs, contributing to the progression of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and worsening urinary symptoms like urgency and frequent urination. The gut microbiome is also affected. Overcooked meat is harder to digest and often lacks the enzymes and nutrients needed to support healthy gut bacteria. When the balance of gut bacteria is disturbed, harmful microbes can thrive, leading to poor digestion, toxin buildup, and inflammation. A disturbed gut is now understood to be closely connected to prostate problems, as gut-derived toxins can enter the bloodstream and trigger immune responses that target the prostate. Overcooked meat also leads to a heavier load on the liver, which has to work harder to filter out the carcinogens and toxins formed during high-heat cooking. An overburdened liver means more toxins remain in circulation, disrupting hormone balance. The prostate is highly sensitive to changes in hormone levels, especially when testosterone declines and estrogen-like compounds increase. This imbalance fuels prostate enlargement and may even contribute to the development of cancerous cells. The process of overcooking meat can also create advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which are compounds formed when proteins and fats combine with sugar during high-temperature cooking. AGEs promote oxidative damage and inflammation in tissues, blood vessels, and glands. In the prostate, this leads to a stiffening of tissues, poor blood flow, and impaired function. The long-term accumulation of AGEs is linked to both chronic diseases and age-related prostate problems. Men who frequently consume overcooked meat often experience higher levels of abdominal fat and insulin resistance, both of which are risk factors for prostate issues. Abdominal fat releases inflammatory chemicals and contributes to a hormonal environment that supports prostate growth. Meanwhile, insulin resistance leads to elevated insulin and IGF-1 levels, hormones that are also associated with increased prostate size and a higher risk of cancer. The flavor of overcooked meat may be appealing to some, but the chemical load it brings is far from healthy. With each bite of burnt or dry meat, you're ingesting compounds that silently chip away at your body's natural defenses. The risk is cumulative. Over time, the regular consumption of overcooked meat can lead to lasting damage not only to your prostate, but also to your heart, kidneys, and digestive system. Next, we have reusing oil. Reusing cooking oil is a common practice in many households and restaurants, but it carries serious health risks, especially for your prostate. When oil is heated repeatedly, it undergoes a process called oxidation, which alters its chemical structure. This leads to the formation of harmful compounds like aldehydes, trans fats, and free radicals. These toxic substances build up with each reuse and can trigger inflammation and cellular damage when consumed regularly, impacting not only your digestive system, but also sensitive organs like the prostate. The prostate gland is particularly vulnerable to oxidative stress, and reusing oil is a major contributor to this stress. The free radicals produced in reheated oil attack healthy cells, including those in the prostate, damaging their DNA and impairing their ability to function properly. Over time, this damage weakens the prostate tissue, encourages abnormal cell growth, and contributes to the development of prostate enlargement and possibly cancer. These free radicals also compromise immune response, reducing the body's ability to fight off early disease signs. Reused oil also generates trans fats, even in oils that didn't contain them originally. Trans fats are notorious for increasing bad cholesterol (LDL), lowering good cholesterol (HDL), and promoting systemic inflammation. Inflammation is a key factor in the progression of benign prostatic hyperplasia (BPH) and worsens urinary tract symptoms. With continued exposure, inflammation spreads to other parts of the body, but the prostate, due to its hormonal sensitivity, becomes one of the most affected glands. Each time oil is reused, it loses more of its original nutrients and becomes more toxic. The degradation products from this broken-down oil irritate the lining of the stomach and intestines, leading to digestive issues. But the problem doesn't stay in the gut. When the intestinal barrier is weakened, toxins from reheated oil can enter the bloodstream and reach the prostate. This creates a low-grade, chronic inflammatory environment that disrupts the prostate's function and accelerates tissue swelling. Hormonal imbalance is another consequence of regularly consuming food fried in reused oil. The liver is responsible for detoxifying harmful substances and maintaining hormone balance. But when it's overloaded with toxic oil byproducts, it can't process hormones like testosterone and estrogen properly. This imbalance contributes to prostate problems, especially in aging men, where even slight hormonal shifts can trigger glandular growth and discomfort. Reused oil also generates acrolein, a toxic chemical known to irritate tissues and promote inflammation. Acrolein has been linked to respiratory problems, digestive inflammation, and even DNA mutations. When acrolein-rich food is consumed repeatedly, it creates an inflammatory environment throughout the body, including in the prostate. This can worsen urinary symptoms like urgency, dribbling, and nighttime urination, making daily life increasingly uncomfortable for men with prostate issues. In addition to harming the prostate, reused oil contributes to poor circulation and thickened blood due to its impact on lipid profiles. Reduced blood flow affects the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to all organs, including the prostate. A poorly nourished prostate becomes less capable of self-repair and more prone to inflammation and tissue breakdown. This can accelerate the development of prostate disease and reduce the effectiveness of treatments or natural healing. Reused oil often contains polymerized fats and sticky residues that are difficult to digest. These substances slow down digestion and create a heavy feeling in the body. Over time, they interfere with the absorption of key nutrients such as zinc and selenium, two minerals essential for prostate health. Deficiencies in these nutrients leave the prostate unprotected against oxidative stress and inflammation, weakening the gland even further. Next, we have too much salt. Consuming too much salt might seem like a harmless habit, but it can have serious effects on your prostate and overall health. High salt intake disrupts the body's fluid balance and increases the workload on vital organs, including the kidneys and bladder. This excess strain can directly affect the prostate, which is closely linked to urinary and kidney function. When salt levels are constantly high, the body retains more water, leading to swelling and inflammation in soft tissues, especially in sensitive glands like the prostate. One of the key issues with too much salt is that it raises blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure damages blood vessels, reducing blood flow throughout the body. The prostate requires steady blood supply to stay healthy and function properly. Poor circulation to the prostate can lead to tissue weakness, reduced oxygenation, and impaired healing ability. Over time, this poor nutrient delivery makes the prostate more susceptible to inflammation, enlargement, and cellular damage. Salt also contributes to water retention and bloating, which can place additional pressure on the bladder and surrounding areas. For men with an enlarged prostate, this pressure worsens urinary symptoms such as urgency, frequency, and weak urine flow. The more pressure there is in the lower abdomen, the more the prostate gets irritated, causing it to swell even further and disrupt normal urinary function. This creates a cycle of discomfort that's hard to break. Another harmful effect of excessive salt intake is the strain it places on the kidneys. When the kidneys are overworked, they fail to eliminate waste and toxins efficiently. These toxins can build up in the bloodstream and travel to the prostate, triggering inflammation and irritation. Since the prostate is highly reactive to changes in internal chemistry, toxic buildup caused by poor kidney function can worsen existing prostate conditions or contribute to new problems. Too much salt in the diet also disrupts hormonal balance. Studies suggest that high sodium levels can interfere with adrenal gland function, affecting how hormones like aldosterone and cortisol are regulated. These hormones indirectly influence testosterone levels and overall hormonal health, which plays a big role in prostate maintenance. Hormonal imbalances are a known contributor to both benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, and prostate cancer. Another overlooked danger is that high salt intake can weaken the immune system. A weakened immune system struggles to combat inflammation and repair damaged tissues. This leaves the prostate exposed to chronic low-grade inflammation that, over time, leads to changes in cell behavior. These cellular changes may result in prostate enlargement or even increase the risk of abnormal growth patterns that could develop into cancer. Salt also affects the gut microbiome, which is closely tied to prostate health. A healthy gut supports proper digestion, nutrient absorption, and inflammation control. High salt levels can reduce beneficial gut bacteria and allow harmful microbes to thrive, leading to gut inflammation and leaky gut syndrome. When gut health is compromised, toxins and inflammatory markers can enter the bloodstream and irritate the prostate, fueling ongoing inflammation and urinary problems. Excess salt can also reduce magnesium levels in the body, an essential mineral for muscle relaxation and anti-inflammatory action. When magnesium is low, the prostate and bladder muscles may become overactive or tense, worsening symptoms like urinary urgency and difficulty starting urination. This mineral imbalance also interferes with nerve signals that help control bladder function, adding to the discomfort. For men who already suffer from prostate conditions, high salt diets can make treatment less effective. Medications and supplements meant to reduce inflammation or relax the prostate may be overpowered by the ongoing irritation caused by salt. Recovery becomes slower, and symptoms may persist or even worsen despite following a medical plan. Reducing salt, on the other hand, can enhance the effectiveness of treatments and help the body heal more efficiently. Last, we have using vegetable oils. Vegetable oils are often marketed as a healthy choice, but many of them can quietly damage your prostate and overall health when used regularly. Most commercial vegetable oils like soybean, corn, sunflower, and canola oil are highly processed and refined using heat and chemicals. This process strips away natural nutrients and introduces harmful substances such as trans fats and oxidized compounds that can lead to chronic inflammation in the body. Inflammation is one of the biggest triggers for prostate enlargement and dysfunction. One of the major problems with vegetable oils is their high omega-6 fatty acid content. While omega-6 fats are essential in small amounts, most people consume them in excess, which throws off the balance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids. This imbalance leads to a pro-inflammatory state in the body. Chronic inflammation, especially in the pelvic and urinary tract area, can cause the prostate to swell, disrupt hormone signaling, and increase the risk of developing prostate conditions, including benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. Vegetable oils are also extremely unstable when exposed to heat. During cooking, especially frying, they oxidize quickly and form harmful compounds such as aldehydes and lipid peroxides. These toxic substances damage cells, including those in the prostate gland. Oxidized fats create oxidative stress, which impairs cellular function, encourages tissue aging, and may promote the development of abnormal or cancerous prostate cells. This damage accumulates silently over time, even if symptoms aren't immediately noticeable. Another danger of vegetable oils is the presence of trans fats, which can still be found in trace amounts even in oils labeled as trans fat-free. Trans fats are known to raise bad cholesterol, lower good cholesterol, and increase inflammation in the body. For men, this means more stress on the circulatory system and more swelling in hormone-sensitive organs, like the prostate. Trans fats also interfere with the absorption of nutrients that protect prostate health, such as vitamin E, zinc, and selenium. Consuming vegetable oils regularly may also disrupt hormone function. These oils, especially when processed or oxidized, can interfere with the body's ability to produce and regulate testosterone. Hormonal imbalances, particularly reduced testosterone and increased estrogen activity, are key contributors to prostate problems. Estrogen dominance in men has been linked to prostate enlargement and a higher risk of prostate cancer. Vegetable oils, by contributing to this imbalance, quietly undermine prostate health at the hormonal level. Vegetable oils also impact liver health, and the liver plays a crucial role in hormone metabolism and detoxification. When the liver is burdened by processing harmful fats from vegetable oils, it becomes less efficient at clearing out excess hormones and toxins. These unprocessed hormones can circulate in the body and overstimulate the prostate. At the same time, toxins that are not filtered properly may reach the prostate, irritating the tissue and worsening inflammation. Frequent use of vegetable oils can also affect the gut microbiome. These oils promote the growth of harmful gut bacteria and contribute to gut inflammation. A compromised gut can lead to leaky gut syndrome, where toxins and inflammatory molecules escape into the bloodstream. These substances travel to various organs, including the prostate, where they cause further irritation and immune response. A healthy gut is essential for maintaining a healthy prostate, and vegetable oils can silently undermine this balance. Vegetable oils are often found in processed and fast foods, which are already loaded with preservatives, additives, and low-quality ingredients. These foods, combined with poor quality oils, create a toxic load that overwhelms the body's natural defenses. The immune system becomes overactive, constantly responding to low-level threats, which leads to chronic inflammation and tissue damage. The prostate, being a sensitive gland, is one of the first to show signs of stress under these conditions.